Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 28 of the Simply One podcast. I'm your host, Colin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Chris.
How we doing, everybody?
We're just a couple of best friends who are passionate about all things pop culture. If you're looking for lukewarm takes on movies, video games, TV shows, or even the occasional comic, then we've got the show for you. And this week, we'll be looking at all of the info that we got out of the D23 Expo this past weekend, and deciding kind of whether it was a letdown or not, honestly, because there's been a little bit of that discussion that maybe it was a little underwhelming. Whether that be due to fan casting that just didn't come true, and then it's more on them than anything, or was it really just a disappointing show, especially for being the first one since 2019. So before we get to discuss all that good and bad stuff, we got to discuss just some brief news. I tried to keep the main news segment brief because it's basically just going to be a news episode.
Bingo. I feel like that's how it's been for like the past couple weeks. There's just so much news coming out.
There's a lot news. There's a lot of news and not a lot of like major movies coming out. We're in a weird dry spell. So it's
drought season.
It's pre-parched. So we water. So we've got the trailer for Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel, finally. We've got some news on, I'm going to butcher this poor man's name, Lee Jung Jae. He's the lead from Squid Game.
Okay.
His next character, basically, he's going to be in a massive franchise. That's all I'll say before we get into the deets, right? And then we got a bunch of announcements from Ubisoft this weekend as well, where they kind of held their own press conference style thing. They call them Ubisoft Forwards. And then Disney and Marvel actually had a game showcase as well that I wanted to talk about separately from D23. So if you're ready, I'll just start rattling off a bunch of news at you, and you can hit me with some, So if you're ready, baby, we'll just slip right into it.
You have no idea how ready I am.
Right up to the hips. All right, so so trailer for Glass Onion. Did you watch it?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought it looked pretty good. Just from the trailers, I don't think it looked as good as the first one. But I don't know. I might be a little biased. But Dave Bautista, just that scene where he's got the pistol in his fucking Speedo. And he just pops off a couple rounds up in the air.
Yeah, because the guy's like, really? And he's like, pop, pop. And he's like, really? And he slides back in the holster. So yeah, I thought it was I think it's what a teaser should be, honestly, especially for a movie like this, where like the more you know, the less the movie has for you, I suppose, where, it's kind of it's a mystery. So you don't really want to know too much going into it. I liked seeing the cast. It definitely has a weird, kind of like the first movie does, of where it's slightly comedic, but still intense. Glass Onion seems to be the name of like an island because I saw like a structure that kind of looks like a quote unquote glass onion. And it seems like maybe there's a murder mystery game for like the wealthy there. And then like a real murder actually occurs potentially, or there is at least somebody who's gonna try and stage a murder there. Because it didn't seem like somebody was dead yet. It seemed like, oh, we're gonna try and prevent a murder. You know what I mean?
And then, someone made the joke of like, all right, when does the murdering begin?
Yeah, when's the murder mystery start? Which is kind of what makes me think. That's what makes me think that maybe it is like a murder mystery game that they all went there to partake in, and then like an actual murder potentially happens.
I want to be Professor Plum. That's all I gotta say. Yeah,
with the candlestick, got a candelabra.
You're Mr. Mustard.
Tell you who I fucking am. I'm your daddy. Seems like this one, this movie may have more of an emphasis on like puzzle elements, just from the trailer. Like the kind of the vibe of it was that there was a lot of puzzle pieces moving and things like that, which is kind of cool because I do like Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. There's something about that really like over exaggerated Southern drawl that I really like. Especially on him. He's very charming.
He plays it off really well.
Yeah. And because that's my thing, was I was like, really liked... Go ahead.
He was James... I was just going to say, he was James Bond, so,
Yeah, like there's something to be said for his charisma if he's able to pull off suave Bond as well as, a southern PI. So I was a little concerned because I'm like, well, Ana de Armas and he had a really good thing in the first movie, and I wasn't sure if I liked him or Ana de Armas more. And so I was like, oh man, I wonder how it'll do without her in it, and it just being carried by him. But I think he can do it.
Yeah.
And I will say, because you were talking about how the trailer didn't sell you as much as the first one. Apparently this did like incredibly well at either the Toronto Film Festival or the Venice Film Festival. I don't remember which one they premiered it at. But the critics were saying shit about it being like a massive improvement on the first one, which, in my opinion, the first one is an excellent movie to begin with. So if they're
able to roll out any kinks from the first one.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. What do they got cooking up in there? And it does make me go, damn, like, I wish that this was more than just a Netflix movie. Like, put it in the theaters. I want to go see it. But
I feel like we're going to be hitting a day and age where theaters will become obsolete.
I hope not. I enjoy going to the theater.
So do I.
So, I'm going to butcher his name some more. So, yeah, Lee Jung-jae, I trust is how you pronounce his name. He, like I said, he was in Squid Game. He was the lead. He's actually joined the cast of The Acolyte, which is a Star Wars Disney Plus series in production right now. Amandla Stenberg is like the top line of the series right now, and I don't recognize her name too much to tell you like why that matters. She might be let's see, Amandla Stenberg. So it seems like she's I don't want to say up and coming. She hasn't been in a ton of things to me that I'm like, oh, that's her. She was in The Hate You Give, which I didn't see. She was in The Darkest Minds, which I didn't see. She was in Everything, which I didn't see. Oh, there it is. She was actually Rue in The Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah.
So, there you go. She's obviously a much more adult person now than she was when she played Rue, because that was 10 years ago. But,
ooh, whoa.
Yeah, freaky out there. So, she is the lead of that film, or that show, sorry. With Jodie Turner-Smith, who's in, I don't know if you ever saw it, Queen and Slim. She's going to be in it as well. And then, obviously, we don't really know what his role will be within that, because the series has been pretty kept tight as far as, like, what it's about, other than to say,
I'll tell you what's
kept tight?
I'll tell you what's kept tight.
This fucking body, I'll tell you what. My body is a temple.
Have you heard the good news?
But no, it's going to take place towards the end of the High Republic. Like it's talking about taking place in the final days of the High Republic. So I think that'd be kind of neat to see, like, almost like similar to like the fall of Rome,
Yeah, that'd be really fucking cool.
Yeah, because I think there is potential for some politicking within Star Wars that's not boring.
I like how political the prequels were. I
think they're kind of boring. I'll say it. I don't think old Georgie Lucas. I don't think he knows how to write well enough to make politics compelling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just say it like I fucking said it. He's not a great writer. He's an idea man. He's not a pen on paper man. He can give you background and lore and things like that, but then give that to somebody who's more skilled. At like individual writing, and you got a real treat on your hand. like Clone Wars, for example.
Clone Wars was saying.
You like Clone Wars, don't even.
The second Star Wars,
that's that's Attack of the Clones. No, Clone Wars is an animated show.
No, okay, yes, I see. I thought you meant Attack of the Clones, and I was like, nah, what are you talking about?
No, Attack of the Clones is dog dicks.
I thought you were gassing it up, and I was like,
no, Attack of the Clones is the worst movie out of the worst.
We need to take this
three.
To gas or pass. That was pretty self-explanatory.
No. Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
Clone
gas
Wars
or
good.
Pass.
Finish it.
Pass.
Not good.
So not good. No, it's kind of a big stinker. So I don't really know. Like I said, what his role will take take part in. But I do like the idea that he's going to get some more, Western exposure after the obviously massive success of Squid Game.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. We got all right. We got a bunch of announcements from the Ubisoft Forward. So I'm gonna blitz the list.
Blitz it, baby.
And then we'll kind of come back to the ones that made me go, oh. All right. So starting at the top here. So they announced like a fuck ton of Assassin's Creed games.
They did.
In one way or another.
I saw I know we watched one, and then I saw another one after that. I was like, I thought that they're making a new one already, but then I found out that they're making a bunch.
Yeah. So let's see here. So we've got Assassin's Creed Infinity officially revealed with 2 new games, and one is set in feudal Japan. So yeah, we've got, I think it was called Codename Red was the one for feudal Japan.
That's the one I saw.
Codename Hex looks pretty kind of cool, where it looks almost Salem witch trial-y.
Okay.
And then obviously Assassin's Creed Mirage is like their next big title. Seems like that's the one that's the most complete. And that'll be the next entry we get. It's supposed to be releasing sometime next year. And apparently, so I didn't play Valhalla, but apparently that one is based on a character, Basim, who's like the only real assassin you meet in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it sounds like. And so this game is going to kind of actually be a little bit of a prequel to Valhalla and show the 20 years of that person's life leading up to Valhalla.
I heard Valhalla was not good.
I heard Valhalla was mid. Yeah, I didn't hear it was bad. I just heard it was okay. Assassin's Creed Codename Jade is an open-world Assassin's Creed game for mobile devices. And it takes place in China. So I've stopped knocking mobile games as much because as phones get stronger, and just they're a lot more like a mini computer in your pocket. And some of them have really high fidelity screens.
Yeah, I got a game called My Universe, not a sponsor. That's really freaking good, and it is a game that like if I'm winding down, I'll play that for a little bit, and it's just a very repetitive, but like still interesting, I suppose. I don't know, I like it a lot. So,
and it sounds like they are building this one from the ground up as a mobile game. Where it says the Assassin's Creed franchise is getting a new mobile entry set in ancient China called Assassin's Creed Jade. According to Ubisoft, it will feature classic Assassin's Creed gameplay and will take place in an open world that was built to work with touch controls. In addition to showing that the Assassin's Creed Jade will let players create their own assassin protagonist for the first time ever in the series. So it's a make-your-own character kind of thing. And then Jade will also let players explore China in the year 215 BCE and even parkour across the Great Wall.
Oh, fuck.
I would like to stop the podcast just to let everybody know, now that she's a character in this thing we call Simply Whelmed, Morgan texted me to let me know that she says, my feet hurt. And obviously I didn't respond because I'm professional and we're doing a podcast. And then she says, from carrying all this cake around. And I didn't address it because, again, I'm doing the podcast. And then that wasn't enough. She had to say, hauling a damn dump truck back there.
There it is.
So she's feeling herself today. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is getting a free update. Is getting a free update that's apparently going to basically wrap up the story of Valhalla. It says that it's going to tie up the loose ends of Ivor's story, which Ivor's the character you play as in that. So that's kind of cool that they're getting a free update. What, like a whole 2 years later, almost?
Yeah.
And then let's see. I'm going to skip over some because some of them are like Mario plus Rabbids is one that I've never played, never had interest in. Skull and Bones. It kind of looks dope. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
It is like a full-on pirate game. It's actually inspired from the pirate, like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And so this is in some way or shape or form been in the works since Black Flag.
Let me tell you something right now.
Fucking tell me right now.
And I'm going to make it clear to not only you, but everyone who's listening.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a real fucking pirate game unless you can get scurvy. Like, if I'm not out here...
Absolutely fucking blitzed on rum.
Yeah, like if
Like aggressively drunk.
if those aren't in there, it's not. I don't know what it is. It's just a boat game.
I want open sores on my body from the lack of vitamin C, and I want to puke my guts up every morning.
Yep. That is what I want.
Pirate I don't care about the combat. Just as dude, make it happen. Pirate
patent
Simulator.
pending. Patent pending.
So
all you fucking do is just try to heal your open sores and throw up. And then start over.
Hoping maybe today we'll find some lime so that I won't have these fucking scabs on me anymore. And then I'm gonna get drunk. So Skull and Bones is set to release on November 8th. That's Game of the Year right there, baby. They revealed a new trailer focusing on the fact that you can fully customize your ship, as well as an in-game trading network known as the Helm. And it's confirmed that it's going to feature cross-platform play at launch. So that's kind of dope. I think more and more games are doing that, where, it's becoming a thing of, I don't want to have to own every console.
Right.
I'm going to main, I run the combo of the PC and the PlayStation because I can get pretty much every Xbox game on the PC. Mm-hmm. And what I can't get for Xbox or PC, I get for the PlayStation. So
that's right. That's fucking right.
Just Dance 2023, baby. It's coming out.
That's us all night long.
Yeah, we're just going to get fucking silly with it. So Just Dance is coming out for Xbox and PS5 and Switch. So, yeah, just hook that bitch up to the TV downstairs and just get silly with it. There's some Rainbow Six mobile game. Don't know about that. It's 5v5 matches, crossplay, and voice chat. It sounds like they're going for... I know that Apex released a mobile version of Apex that has like different hunters and different legends and stuff in it.
You said Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. They'll make a fucking mobile that's cross-platform, but they won't cross-platform Xbox to PC?
I don't know if that's true or not.
It's fucking dumb, because I try to play... a lot of my friends have Xbox, and I'm always trying to play fucking Siege with them. And we can't because it's not cross-platform. So, Ubisoft, figure your shit out before you start doing stuff like that. That actually boils my blood. Thank you so much for listening.
So, it sounds like consoles can cross-play, but PC can't.
Yeah, that's dumb. And they're going to make a mobile version that you can cross-play with fucking console.
Well, so we don't know. Either way. The Division is getting a free-to-play version of The Division with a whole new game called Heartland. And so that's kind of interesting. They didn't really have a whole lot there other than that they're in like a testing phase that players can sign up for now. Mm-hmm. The Division's a game I've never played, but I've always thought there was something to it. Like, it looked interesting to me. I know that the very first one, apparently when it came out, was pretty rough, but it's a kind of thing where as they updated it and things like that, it got better, and I heard people like actually recommend it. And then the Division 2 apparently was, obviously built off of the improvements they made to the first one. And so I might have to try it. I don't know. Really, the only other thing that I had here out of Ubisoft is the fact that Netflix and Ubisoft are partnering on a live-action Assassin's Creed show, as well as, they said, 3 mobile games based on Assassin's Creed, Valiant Hearts, and Mighty Quest that they're making in partnership with Netflix. So,
I don't think that sounds bad, but it does sound tricky because, there's not a whole lot of, dialogue. If they're going for like a true Assassin's Creed, besides like being introduced and then like initiation, getting in, and then like your quests. So like I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'd like to see them pull it off.
Yeah,
I do think that we are closer and closer to. All right, video games can now finally be adapted into a movie or a TV show.
It just has to be good.
But out of all of that, the one that jumps out at me the most of like, I want to know more about that is the Assassin's Creed Hex. Where, like I said, all they gave us really was like a logo reveal. And apparently some people were doing some schlooping. And Hex, the way they have it spelled, is Hexe. And apparently that's German for witch. So they're thinking it might take place. Apparently there was some like witch hunt that happened famously in Germany in like the 13 or 1600s. And so they're thinking maybe it'll be set in that era. So I don't know. I'm just down for anything interesting. And it did kind of have like a spooky vibe to it, which I think would be kind of interesting to see them kind of change genre a little bit and go, well, what if we add a little bit of mystical and horror elements to this? I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I'm craving a horror game.
I'm not gonna, yeah. So,
Yeah,
Disney and Marvel held a games showcase, and right off the fucking bat here, Amy Hennig, who is one of the heads behind Uncharted. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me double check that. I almost am like 90% positive. Yeah, yeah. I'm right on the fucking money.
That's right, you are.
Fuck, I'm so goddamn good. So, yeah, Amy Hennig worked on Uncharted and is now partnering with Skydance New Media. They revealed that their upcoming narrative-driven ensemble adventure game with Marvel Entertainment will be centered around Captain Marvel and Black Panther during World War II. Oh fuck. It says that during the story, players will travel to Paris, Wakanda, and potentially more places. I am definitely reading an IGN article, because IGN was polite enough to condense everything that was really revealed into one area, as opposed to me having to jump around and find stuff.
Right.
So, shout out IGN, not a sponsor. During the story, yeah, like I said, people will travel to Paris, Wakanda, and potentially more places. The game's currently untitled, but it will have 4 playable heroes. So obviously Steve Rogers as Captain America, Azuri, who is T'Challa's grandfather, and the Black Panther in the World War II era. Gabriel Jones is a Howling Commando, and then there's Nanali, who's a leader of the Wakandan spy network. And judging from like her outline, she looks like she might be a member of the Guard. I can't think of what they're actually called.
Oh my god. I can't remember, but dude, they're badass.
They are badass. In fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when they absolutely fuck up 3 super soldiers, or 3 super soldiers.
Fucking they take off Bucky's arm.
Yeah, like they just turn his arm off, and fucking John Walker gets his shit pushed in, and more than anything, his ego is bruised, which is good, because he deserved it.
Yeah, he's a fuckhead.
He was flying high on super soldier serum, and they really took him down took him down a size.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight Suns, which is one that I'm really excited for. That's the XCOM style Marvel game that I've been jonesing for. It got delayed a while back to like an unclear date, and they finally have a release date for it of December 2nd. So it's still coming out this year. And it's going to be for the current gen consoles, PS5 and the Xbox Series X, as well as PC. And the Switch version has no date, but it is planned for release on the Switch.
Sure.
And apparently it's going to be getting some prequel shorts beginning on October 31st. So I kind of check those out. Just see what the story is of it. Tron Identity is a game coming out.
Okay.
That takes place... I don't have it here. I read it somewhere else. I want to say it takes place about 1,000 years after Tron Legacy. Did you ever watch Tron Legacy?
No.
Oh, did you ever watch Tron?
Nope.
Word. So they have it coined here as a new visual novel adventure. So it's a detective program tasked with solving the mystery of an unprecedented crime. There wasn't really too much revealed other than like a 30-second trailer that's more just like we're doing Tron shit. And everybody went, bah! And then that was it. Let's see here. There's a new co-op Mickey Mouse and Friends game. Oh my god, it's called Illusion Island, and it's a 2D platformer starring Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy. It kind of gave off some Cuphead vibes a little bit.
Okay, I like Cuphead. It's hard as fuck.
Yeah, so I'm willing to bet that it's not going to be as hard as Cuphead, because they're probably going to market it towards children.
Sure.
And I don't see kids having the emotional fortitude for something like Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead makes me mad.
It makes me throw a tantrum. I can't imagine a fucking 7-year-old. So, Marvel World of Heroes is the new game from Niantic, which Niantic is who made Pokemon Go. And it is literally a Marvel AR game where you create your own hero. And you're going to team up with Marvel characters in the real world. And that's really all they showed off. It's more like they showed just an animated trailer of a CGI trailer of like real people, but then obviously they like put Doctor Strange's like shield hand things on, and somebody wielding Mjolnir, and somebody with like Cyclops's laser eyes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll probably do to it what I did to Pokemon Go, which is download it and play it for a month and then go, all right, I get it.
That sounds pretty. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. In theory, it sounds really cool. But I don't know. I'll have to give it a poke.
Yeah, I don't know that AR is there yet, but I do see it being a thing.
Oh, speaking of Marvel, I've got something to tell you, but I'll wait till you're done here.
I don't know. Go ahead, jump in.
Dude. Fucking saw this mod for Minecraft.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, you did. And it is going through all of, like, Iron Man's suits.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it in a sense where it's not OP, but it's something actually really useful.
Okay.
So, like, one was, like, you have his shield from his nanotech armor. Now, obviously, it has durability to it, and you can rebuild them. And then there's one where it's like you can fly, but it's only for a certain amount of time, like if you're in a trench or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's one where you can like step out of the suit, and it acts as a player. So like there's a zombie, it'll know to attack.
Oh yeah, where
zombies.
it's like it's in like drone mode or.
Yeah, dude, it looks good, and like it doesn't look. I don't look at this and go like, okay, if I have this suit, literally, I'm OP as fuck. Because like you can still die and like stuff like that, and.
I mean, Tony Stark died.
That's a little too soon, dog.
It's not too soon. It's been years, bub. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora got a quick gameplay overview.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like aggressively quick. There wasn't really too much to talk about, but it does look nice. I mean, I'll give them that. Visually, it is it is Pandora, but again, I'm not really tied up in like. Avatar doesn't have me going, oh, fuck, Avatar. But maybe after this one comes out and they get the ball rolling on, like, having the sequels come out back to back to back and all that, it'll revamp that franchise for people, and I might go, oh, shit, Avatar, fuck,
Avatar is dope as fuck. I love it.
Aliens Dark Descent got a gameplay trailer. I want to play it, dude. It's a top-down shooter. That's squad-based, and you're just taking on fucking hordes of xenomorphs.
I don't like top-down games. I just can't get into them. I don't know what it is. I just don't like that point of view. It's not me.
I've got a theory, but I won't voice it here.
All right. It sounds pretty solid.
Word. But yeah, that's all I got out of Ubisoft and Disney/Marvel. So for games. So if you're all wet and ready, we can just go into Newstown or the main event of D23.
Let's fuck it up.
So we've got options here. Do we just dive right into Marvel, or do we start with some of the lighter stuff and graduate to Star Wars and Marvel?
Let's start off with some of the lighter stuff.
All right. Let me find. So Disney live action. We got a trailer, the first teaser trailer for The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
We're not going to get into it because people aren't happy with it.
Ooh, why?
Well, Ariel doesn't look like the cartoon.
Okay.
She's a mermaid, a fictional thing, right?
Yeah.
The actress is black.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel is not black in the cartoon, and people aren't happy about it.
Oh my god.
So.
It's fictional.
Yeah. It's literally a mermaid, and they're like, you mermaids aren't yeah, it's just they're just trying really hard to not say it out loud,
I think that's stupid. I think it's a very dumb thing.
We got a trailer for Hocus Pocus 2.
I was never into Hocus Pocus, but
We got you really disappointed me with that, man. You didn't like Hocus Pocus as a kid?
No, I just never got into it.
I did think it was weird. It comes out on September 30th. Why wouldn't you put it out like in the middle of October?
Yeah.
Like it's fucking it's Halloweeny. Like drop that shit near Halloween. Anyways,
I remember I was down bad for one of the I can't remember
fucking name. Sarah Jessica Parker, the blonde one.
Oh my god, she always made me feel. Whenever it was on, like my sister was watching it and she came on screen, I'd sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, but I better watch this.
Better pop a squat.
That wasn't the other thing you were popping. We got a glimpse at Mufasa, the Lion King, which is a prequel about Simba's father, Mufasa. So
Okay.
at least they're going to be
cool.
doing something new, you know.
Yeah.
As opposed to like
I'm curious
just a
on
rehash.
I'm curious on Mufasa and Scar's relationship, like because they're brothers.
Yeah.
So, like them growing up, I'm curious about when Scar decided to become like morally evil.
A fuckhead. Yeah. Yeah, morally evil, as you said. A fuck. A trailer for Peter and Wendy, which is going to be a Disney Plus movie starring Jude Law as Captain Hook.
Okay.
We got to look at The Haunted Mansion, based on the ride, and it's starring Jamie Lee Curtis as the spooky Madame Leota, and it's going to come out in 2023. I didn't gather from anything I read or watched whether that's going to be a theatrical release or a Disney Plus movie, but it sounds like a theatrical release. Because most of these mention that it's going to be available on Disney Plus, and that one did not. Nothing I read about that one mentioned Disney Plus. So we got a trailer for Disenchanted, which is a sequel to a 2007 movie, Enchanted, that starred Amy Adams, and this one still also stars Amy Adams. It actually looked like a large majority of the cast is returning. Did you ever watch Enchanted?
No.
It's the one where she's like a fairy tale that comes to New York.
I have, as a matter of fact, I have. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
No, I enjoyed it. I remember enjoying it. It's been a very long time since I've seen it. But tell you what, Amy Adams plays that, like, just disgustingly naive, like, fairy tale, everything's perfect person really well. And Disenchanted seems to be... I didn't gather entirely, like, her and her husband are moving somewhere and they've got a kid. And they're trying to nice up their town, and she's using fairy tale magic to do so, like a wishing well or something, but she becomes corrupted and becomes like the evil stepmother and stuff. And so she's the bad person in this movie, and they're trying to fix her. On the animation
like the
front...
Exorcist.
Yeah, we need an old priest and a young priest. There's going to be a Zootopia series called Zootopia Plus, and it's going to be 6 short stories that take place in the world of Zootopia. Let's see. We got... let's find it here. I don't want to talk about the theme parks. Get that shit out of here. Pixar, baby! Inside Out 2 is going to be a thing. And
real quick, I just hope to God that in that Zootopia show, that there's just one episode about the little mouse, the Godfather mouse.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just takes such a serious turn. Like, you know, when it starts, it gives you, like, some viewers may find this episode disturbing.
Disturbing, yeah.
And he is just
it comes
ice
up,
and...
Yeah, it comes up TVMA.
Yeah, he's just popping caps and people.
Yeah, it's like for graphic violence and strong sexual content. And you're like, whoa.
It's a mouse.
It's a mouse, and he is just clapping mouse cheeks and decapitating people. You know, he cuts off a horse's head.
It is just a
like
side-by-side, reanimation of just the entire series of Sopranos.
It's the Sopranos, but just with rats and mice and ferrets and shit. Just rodents. No, but for real though, Inside Out 2. I really enjoyed Inside Out. And,
I did too. It's good.
I hope Inside Out 2 is good and it's more like a Toy Story 2 and less like a Cars 2. You know? Because Cars 2 was very much you know what Disney likes? Money. Whereas Toy Story 2 was like, yeah, it felt like a good good needed story, you know? And apparently it's going to be about teenage Riley, and obviously it'll introduce new emotions, and it's due out summer of 2024. Yeah, you know.
TVMA. Just again, she's just on.
It's Euphoria, but with Riley. She's just having sex and doing drugs in high school.
There's just an emotion for drugs, and he's got like a drug rug on.
Yeah, it's just, who's that? Oh, that's addiction. Don't get near him.
He won't leave you alone.
He'll ride your back. So, there's a new movie called Elemental in production, which comes out summer of next year, and it's going to follow Ember, who's made of fire, and Wake, who consists of water. as they grow close in a city where people are defined by their elemental makeup. We got a first look at a new movie called Elio, which follows a bookish kid as he makes first contact with aliens. He's brought to their world and becomes Earth's ambassador to the rest of the universe. And then we have an animated series for Disney Plus. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen the movie Mars Needs Mom?
No, nobody saw that movie.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it lost. It killed them.
I didn't think it was. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it because it's been a long time. But I don't remember it being that bad.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said no, I didn't watch it, and nobody else. Like it lost so much money, unfortunately, for Disney. I say unfortunately. I'm not like crying for them. I think they're doing just fine. But
my empathy if Disney loses money is not high.
0. It is negative. I'll be happy, honestly. So, 20th Century Studios on their front here. James Cameron apparently showed just a ridiculous amount of footage at D23 with like 3D glasses and everything, and we didn't get to see any of it. So that's pretty dope.
Maybe we should start doing those things.
Yeah, we would have to have the kind of presence that gets us in those places.
It's me, baby. I'll get us in.
And I gotta tell you. All right, do you want to do Star Wars or Marvel first?
Star Wars all day. Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right, Star Wars. Right out of the motherfucking gate. We're starting at the top. We got the fucking season 3 teaser trailer for The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Sorry. It was bananas. I liked seeing the fucking. Well, first of all, Bo-Katan on Mandalore.
Yep.
Fucking seeing all. I like that they like just now they just come out and said it like he is Grogu's father. Like
yeah.
Because Bo even asked him, what did you think? Do you think your father, your dad was the only Mandalorian? And then it shows that shot of like several Mandalorians basically airdropping into some city.
Mm-hmm.
And like some fucking space fights. I do love how high budget the Star Wars TV shows are. Some of them are when it comes to like the space stuff.
Yeah. I mean, even like visually, in season 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian, like they, which I think I remember talking about it a while back. They said that they're trying to do as much practical stuff rather than CGI. Yeah. So like a lot of the aliens that we saw in Mandalorian, especially in season 2 when they're on that, it almost looks like that harbor when he lands a ship.
Yeah, with the frog lady.
Yeah, and like they were all practical and stuff like that, which I really liked. That to me just feels a little more real.
Yeah, and I do believe that they are using, they do still use models like the original movies did, to like give you scale models for some of the space stuff, which is nice. Yeah, obviously they give us a little reminder from like the Boba Fett series that he's no longer a Mandalorian as far as his sect is concerned. But they are also starting to lean into the fact that I think he was a part of a cult. Like, that's not just how Mandalorians act. That is a very specific sect of the Mandalorians who believe because they were exiled to the moon that they are better than everyone else and survived the, what is it, like the Night of 1,000 Tears or whatever.
I just hope that he doesn't give up the Darksaber.
Right. Yeah, I know, because right now he's got it, baby. Like
he does, and I want him to keep it. But doesn't, spoiler alert, I'm not sure, doesn't Darth Maul take it?
Darth Maul's dead, my guy. Well, not yet, he's not. Oh, yeah, he is. At this point, Darth Maul's dead.
Well, because I know Maul rules Mandalore for a while, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I'm not
that's
crazy.
That's in Clone Wars.
Which is another, it's part of the list. It's part of the fucking list.
Yeah, we all know. It's okay. But yeah, that happens
I did finish some of that list, and I'll be talking about that later.
Yes. Yeah, no. But yeah, I don't know where it all falls. I don't know how the end... Because I don't know if the Darksaber ever shows up in Resistance, which obviously would take place after this, because it's right before the sequel trilogy. Uh-oh. Drinky poo time! Oh, man.
Cracking a cold one.
Speaking of some of the space shit looking dope, fucking Andor got a final trailer. ahead of the premiere. Dude, it looks pretty fucking good. Like,
Stop that right now.
what?
That shit looks so fucking good.
That's what I just said.
I know.
Oh,
Like
okay,
I'm
you
getting
told me to
bricked
stop.
up. Yeah, because I'm getting bricked.
I'm fully erect. You're fucking flipping your desk over. Just with your erection power.
I gotta get
But
out of
no,
here.
I like the space power, or the space shots look really good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the idea of it being similar to Rogue One, both espionage and just a war film.
Yeah,
being a
it
spy
looks.
war thriller.
Yeah, it looks gritty. It looks dirty, and like that's dark, and that's what I'm really hoping to see.
You like dirty, gritty, dark things, don't you?
You're goddamn right.
All right, so Ahsoka obviously has an upcoming live action series with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, and apparently there was some imagery revealed, but I don't believe there was any like full footage shown. But they did hint at some of the links to the show Rebels. So that's kind of cool that it is going to be for the people that have watched all that and have followed the storyline. And I do think they're going to lean into more of that as they go along of like, yeah, sorry, I guess you should have watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think before I watch Ahsoka, I'm going to try to finish. By that time, hopefully, I would have everything already completed. Hopefully, from Clone Wars.
It comes out in 2023, but I don't think they have like a hard time frame yet, other than just next year. Yeah. Apparently, the fans got a glimpse, but not a trailer, showing Jude Law in Skeleton Crew. So, which we talked about earlier in the year. It's going to be the one that's more Goonies-esque, about a group of younglings lost in space with Jude Law. So, neat. The Bad Batch season 2 got some fucking stuff shown there. It's going to kick off on January 4th with a 2-episode premiere. And then the one that I'm actually really jazzed about, as far as footage that we actually got to see at home, was Tales of the Jedi.
Yes. Yeah, I was waiting for you to say this one.
Damn, it looks good.
Yeah, we're seeing
so
just
good.
in the trailer, you see Qui-Gon as a Padawan, you see young Dooku
as a Jedi still. We get to see Ahsoka at Padme's funeral.
Yeah.
Which is sad that she was there.
I was talking to a couple buddies at work when I saw this trailer, and they have a hunch that we're going to find out a lot more lore about Dooku, because, you know, he was...
Well, yeah. It's going to be 6 episodes. Yeah, it's going to be 6 episodes, 3 about Ahsoka, 3 about him.
Mm-hmm. Which
so, I would hope we find something else out about him in 3 episodes.
But something I did notice that I wanted to point out that I'm very intrigued is, for those who don't know, and I'm about to throw a lot of nerd lingo out there, Dooku's lightsaber hilt.
Yeah.
In when, you know, he turns it on and it's blue, is the same one as the one when it's red.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've read on, I can't remember what comic, it might have been the comic where Vader...
Yeah, it was the one I read where he has to bleed the...
Yeah, and he has
the kyber crystal.
Yeah. But I also saw that, like, when you do that, typically you get a new hilt, too.
Sure.
But in this one, he has the same one. And I'm curious, and I may be way off, but I'm curious if there's a reason why he has the same one.
Maybe he just likes that shape, so he built one.
Could be. I don't know.
Or he was like, I don't want to break the fucking saber. So he just took the kyber crystal out, tortured the shit out of it, and then put it back.
Yeah. Can you do that?
I don't know.
It's fucking Dooku. There isn't anything he can't do. But also we see what's his name?
Mace Windu.
No, we do see him, but he's a Sith. He's got the skull face.
Oh yeah, one of the Inquisitors. Fucking
Lord. What is his name?
Hold on. Fucking.
I want to say Insidious, but that's wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not. Is it?
Pull that up, Jamie.
Sith and what's the show called? Tales of the Jedi.
Yep. Tales of this dude.
Up. Oh yeah, we did also see Yaddle in there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Fucking Yaddle. Turn on her saber and just fucking
duking it out with Dooku.
Yeah. Do you think Dooku kills Yaddle? Is it Yaddle or Yaddle?
Oh no, it's Yaddle maybe, but no, he doesn't kill Yaddle because Yaddle's in Uh-huh.
Attack of the Clones?
No, first one. Phantom Menace.
Hmm.
Why is it this fucking hard to find out who that is? Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I googled it. Why? Like, Google, why have you failed me? I don't know. I think we'll just be lost forever. Who knows? Somebody who knows, tell us. It wouldn't be Revan from Knights of the Old Republic. It's not Darth Revan because that's too far back in time. But it's a similar mask. Yeah, I don't know. You hear me? I don't fucking know.
Is it Darth? Is it
Nihilus?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so from reading here.
That's what it looks just like that.
Because he died... Yeah, no, it's definitely not Nihilus. Nihilus died in the year 3951 BBY, which is before the Battle of Yavin, which is the end of the original trilogy. So, yeah, he didn't... He died almost 4,000 years before the end of the original trilogy.
Now hold the phone. I'm pulling this up right now for us. So it is a mask of Darth Nihilus that
Okay.
was a piece of armor that he wore, that he bounded himself using the Force in an effort to retain a semblance of a physical form. So I'm curious if someone took that mask, and that's who we're seeing. Because it looks a lot like this, but it also looks a little different.
So it might just be somebody inspired by that art.
Could be.
Because like the subtitle did say just Inquisitor. So we might have just spent a lot of time on a new character.
Either way, I'm excited.
Indiana Jones 5, baby.
They're making a new one?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Harrison Ford's last one. He said it himself at D23. And he got pretty choked up giving a speech about it on stage. And the D23 attendees got an exclusive look at the trailer. And it also has Phoebe Waller-Bridge starring alongside him, who is Fleabag from the show that I've talked about on here before. Mm-hmm. And she actually voiced the android, or the droid, in Han Solo.
Okay. I liked her character.
Yeah. So, he did. He got really choked up talking about it, which is kind of sweet. And he seems really excited about it, where he talked about it being a really good one. He's actually very proud of it, and he's glad that that's what he's ending on. Yeah,
so I know he always said he really enjoyed doing the Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's like the polar opposite of
Star Wars.
Where like Han's like, he only agreed. He's like, if you fucking kill me, I will do it. Like, I will do it if you fucking make it so I never have to do another. Like, all right,
makes sense to me.
That's all I had for Lucasfilms. You ready for the main event, Marvel?
Oh yeah, throw it on me. Right. Like, throw it.
Throw it back. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, directors Ryan Coogler showed an exclusive scene that apparently revealed that the international community is Wakanda's supply vibranium in the wake of King T'Challa's death. So they did mention, like, out loud that T'Challa is dead. We don't know why or how. We got to see the Dora Milaje fighting off a group of I don't know what you want to call them, like mercenaries, I suppose, that are trying to break in and take vibranium, as well as apparently some extended footage of Namor. So that's kind of dope. And apparently Namor or Namor's men attempt to attack the Queen, and M'Baku, I was trying to think of what his name is, M'Baku jumps in to defend her. And so that's kind of a neat dynamic of M'Baku being there at her side to defend her.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about, like, a lot of those actresses saying, like, the training that they've been doing in preparation of this. Yeah, in the preparation of this film, and just from some of the choreography that I've been seeing, looks really freaking good.
We better get these dogs under control.
I know, Sullivan, my pup, is crying over here. Hold on.
Yeah, and one of the big dogs downstairs carrying on. However, I read a lot of accounts, because most of the footage shown at D23 for Marvel. Oh. But most of the footage shown was exclusive stuff that we didn't get to see yet. And
I saw it.
no, you didn't.
No, I didn't. You're correct.
I know. Oh, did you hear them down there? I don't. They all started carrying on at once and then just all stopped at once. So that's not a great sign. But someone's just in the house.
We got a podcast to record, so they'll have to
fuck
fucking wait.
They'll have to wait. Yeah, if you're gonna break in and murder us, just give us time to edit and post this, and then we'll be fine. Yeah, what was I talking about? T'Challa, all that. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, yeah, no. A bunch of people said that you got a much better look at the Black Panther, like whoever's wearing the uniform. It has a female physique, so
I'd like to hope. I'd like to hope that it's. I'd like Yuri to be Ironheart.
Well, no, Riri is Ironheart.
I know.
Because Ironheart's actually in this movie.
I have mixed feelings about that, but it's fine.
You have mixed feelings about the actual character that is Ironheart playing Ironheart?
Well, in Ironheart, it's the boy from Iron Man 3.
No, it's not. Ironheart is Riri Williams.
I thought I saw something where it was... there's plenty of comics out there. I might have just
I think you're thinking of Iron Lad.
Iron Lad, that's what I'm thinking of. But anyways, I really wanted Yuri to be Ironheart because I don't know, she's just fucking badass with technology. But I can't. Who am I thinking of? The main.
The main Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Okoye.
Yeah, I'd like it to be her.
Yeah, I'm thinking either her or Nakia, his wife.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Watch it just be his fucking mom. Just fucking shit up. Getting revenge for her son.
That would make sense. A lot of hate in that.
Yeah. Oh, what if the Atlanteans kill T'Challa? No, I don't know if they could do that, because then Namor is pretty irredeemable.
Do you think they're going to CGI him in for a scene?
I don't know. I think it's a tricky one. There's no real right answer. Honestly, I hate to say it, but they honestly could have just recast the role. Because like now you have to try and ride around his death, and it's like, well, I don't know that that's what he would have wanted. You know, I mean, if he liked the character T'Challa a lot, you know, and loved it, I don't think he would want that character to die with him.
Right.
You know, but also I don't know him to say that, so it is what it is.
I could see them like CGIing him like in his deathbed. That would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited because I really like Black Panther a whole lot. So I'm excited what this having stored for us.
That's right. Apparently, so Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is obviously going to be kicking off Phase 5 on February 17th.
I will say
there
Phase
was an
5
exclusive look. Huh?
I was going to say Phase 5 looks really good. Phase 4 was, I felt, everywhere. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
It wasn't...
So I'm hoping that they were all over the place because they're leading into something. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking they're building blocks that will make sense down the line.
Sure. It could be that.
So, let's see. There was an exclusive look at the movie that showed Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne working with her parents, obviously Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, as well as Scott's daughter Cassie, and they were exploring the quantum realm. We got to see, apparently, Scott's got a big fucking head from being an Avenger, and it's just like we got to see that he is the employee of the month permanently at his Baskin Robbins that he worked at. and he's written a book and has a podcast, and he's really right in the fact that like he came up with the quantum traveling and things like that, and it's basically, as far as he's concerned, he saved everybody
in his mind.
Yeah, which I mean, it's really like him and that mouse, like him and that rat.
It was the rat. It was the rat
Yeah.
that saved everybody.
But yeah, so Cassie is like really trying to reel him back in, and made some way for them to travel to the quantum realm. Something happens, and they all get taken to the quantum realm, where they find like full civilizations and stuff down there. And we get to meet Kang, who is holding Cassie hostage and is forcing Scott to steal something for him. And that is where we get the badass line from Kang, where Scott basically tells him, like, do you know who you're messing with? Like, I'm an Avenger. And he goes, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?
Oh, yes.
And he says, apparently they got an extension of that line where he says something effective, basically like, after so many, they blur together. So it's like, Jesus Christ. Through time, this man has just absolutely slaughtered Avengers.
Just on the reg.
Because the thing that makes him so powerful is he is the master of time. And where you might kill him right now, and then he comes back in 5 minutes, having spent the last 1,000 generations training for that moment.
I'm excited. I might have to prep up on a little bit of the quantum realm, because I say this damn near every episode. I'm a simple man, so this might have to be a big thinking movie for me.
You have to fucking, all right, don't talk to me, I'm locked in.
Yeah, like I might watch it once just to watch it, and then I'm going to watch it again, like, all right, I really got to hone in on this.
And apparently Bill Murray is in this as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And, so that's
he's getting
cool.
old.
Well, I mean, it happens to everybody, man.
We're all going to die.
We're all going to die! We kind of broke the story. I say we broke the story. We brought this up from a couple weeks ago. Either Deadline or The Hollywood Reporter, I think it was The Hollywood Reporter, had kind of gotten a scoop that Matt Shakman, who directed WandaVision, was going to be helming Fantastic Four, and that he dropped out of the fourth Star Trek movie, and they confirmed that at D23 that he is directing the Fantastic Four. And that was the only Fantastic Four. Everybody was expecting like a cast to drop and things like that. Nothing. It was just, Matt Shakman's doing it.
Well, maybe they don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think, which is making people go, oh no, thing's supposed to come out in 2 years. They better get some shit together.
I would like to see John Krasinski returning as...
Yeah.
Oh my god, why am I... Yeah, Reed Richards. But like, if it wasn't him, I wouldn't be upset, because like I do understand, like, the multiverse
variants
thing
and things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. But I did think he played a good Reed Richards in that time.
Apparently, so I don't know where this is coming from, but a bunch of people on like Twitter and TikTok and things like that. So I don't know if it's a deleted scene from from Disney Plus or on the DVD for Doctor Strange. But apparently there was a deleted post-credit scene, and it was a stretchy hand reaching up and like either pausing a video or stopping a video, but it was footage from the fight against Wanda.
Oh,
and so it's like, okay, so is the implication that it is somehow that Reed Richards, or is it a Reed Richards from another universe watching that and going, oh shit, we better prep for that, or what? You know what I mean? I don't know what the implication is there, which might be why they cut it. Or maybe it's because they didn't want to accidentally imply something they didn't mean to, and everybody's like, oh, Reed Richards survived! And then they're like, well, no, he didn't.
No, he turned into spaghetti. Yeah, that was... Yeah,
he got absolutely, literally shredded and popped.
They all got fucked.
They all got fucked up by Wanda. So, Captain America: New World Order is going to have Tim Blake Nelson return, and he was in The Incredible Hulk from 2008.
Yes, yeah.
He's the scientist that like is forced against his will to juice up the Abomination.
Yep.
And so he's going to come back as the leader, because the post-credit scene to that one, or one of the credits to that one, was the stuff like dripping on his fucking forehead and his brain starting to swell up like the leader. He's just getting big brain. He looked like fucking Markiplier, Oh yeah, it's big brain time.
It's big brain time.
But he is coming back as the leader, so that's kind of cool that they're like... This is twice now that they've brought back somebody literally from that movie as like... here he's returning finally. Here's the Abomination, and got a little tease in Shang-Chi, and then has a full appearance in She-Hulk. Spoiler alert. And then now we're bringing the leader back, so he is gonna presumably face off against Sam Wilson as Captain America, and then Joaquin Torres is playing the Falcon. Is going to take on the role of the Falcon, which Joaquin Torres was his like wingman from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, who was like helping him fix up Red Wing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Isaiah Bradley will be there, who is he was his grandfather was the like the test subject super soldier.
Yep.
So
That's
kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for
we're
that.
getting some of those characters back, and then the Winter Soldier, obviously. The way they have it phrased here is odd.
Bucky.
So yeah, Joaquin Torres and Isaiah Bradley are both going to be returning from the Falcon and the Winter. So there's an Israeli super Sabra who's going to be making an MCU debut in this, played by Shira Haas, and the movie comes out on May 3rd of 2024. So we got a little bit of a wait on that one. Nothing extreme. And then they just straight up showed us the lineup for the Thunderbolts.
I don't know anything about the Thunderbolts, though.
Well, I mean, maybe we can do some digging and find out, baby.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts are basically... Yeah, exactly. So, the Thunderbolts lineup is Valentina Allegro, which is Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's the one that's kind of been assembling these people.
Yes.
And then we got Ghost, she's the bad guy from Ant-Man 2.
Yep.
Who's can slip in and out of the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And then Red Guardian, so David Harbour's back as the Russian super soldier. And then the Black Widow, portrayed by her sister.
I can't remember
What's
her
her
name,
fucking
but I
name?
know exactly
What's her
what
fucking name? Florence Pugh, but Yelena.
Yep. I just said that.
Bucky Barnes obviously is there as the Winter Soldier. U.S. Agent is there, as well as Taskmaster. So, my only problem with this lineup is that it is mostly just super soldiers.
Do you think there's a reason behind that?
I don't know. Because, if they're supposed to be filling the void that is the Avengers, which is typically what the Thunderbolts are, created out of, that's not a very diverse team. It's Ghost can kind of do some phasing stuff, but is primarily just a very skilled hand-to-hand combat person, right?
Sure.
Red Guardian, he is just a super soldier. Black Widow, again, very skilled hand-to-hand combat and some espionage stuff, right? And then Bucky, again, just a very skilled fighter. U.S. Agent, he's just a super soldier.
And Bucky's a super soldier, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you just said a skilled hand-to-hand fighter.
Oh, I apologize, as well as his super soldiers here. And then U.S. Agent, a super soldier. And then Taskmaster is a super soldier who has the ability to, just have the photographic reflexes. So, I mean, yeah, it's they're a relatively low-power team, I would say. When you've got, Hulks and Iron Mans and fucking Doctor Stranges and Spider-Mans and all that. It's a pretty low-grade team. So maybe there's something to that.
You know what, speaking of photogenic, if you had photogenic memory, some underlying things I feel like people don't talk about, some of the perks, is that golden porn video you found when you're 14?
Right? Yeah, you'll never forget it.
You'll never forget that. That
just
to me
close
would
your
make
eyes,
everything worth it.
Sift through the library that is your brain, find it, and just crank one out.
Dude, oh my god,
you're in it. That's it. Apparently, there was an exclusive trailer shown for the Marvels, which is the Captain Marvel sequel that's going to bring together Ms. Marvel, obviously Captain Marvel, and then Monica Rambeau, who got her powers in WandaVision. And it shows the trio fighting together, and apparently the three of them, in some way or another, all switched places, which was obviously the implication at the end of Ms. Marvel. When fucking Carol Danvers is just in her room.
Yeah. And she goes,
I was no. What the fuck? And so, yeah, Kamala gets to meet Nick Fury out in space, apparently, and is very, embarrassing herself. And she plays just the uber fan in that. She is I cannot believe I am with, well, first of all, Carol Danvers, her idol. But then also, just Monica Rambeau, who has superpowers now. And she's I am in space with superpowered people. And I'm this is it. I've made it. I'm a hero. And,
I've made it. I'm living top
I've made
two.
it. And it is funny to see, red carpet interviews and stuff with, oh god, I just completely lost the young lady's name that plays Kamala Khan. But that's just her. She can't believe that she's in the MCU now. And she, she is Kamala Khan as far as the, holy fuck, this is it. I'm meeting my idols. And that's going to come to theaters on July 28th of 2023. It's going to basically be instead of a buddy cop, it's like a trio road trip adventure of them in space, like trying to figure something out.
Road trip.
Yeah, let's do it. And then we got Werewolf by Night trailer for their Halloween special.
Yeah,
which
that
I don't know
looked,
much about the character.
It looked really good though. It just looked like a little
a 50s horror film.
Yeah, which I'm excited for. I'm not gonna lie.
Like there was some gore that they disguised under the black and white that I'm like, oh shit, I like that they're leaning into it, they're going for it.
A part of me doesn't want this to be connected at all.
Yeah, I would be totally down with that, but there is some connections and some. There is the TVA in there. We get to see TVA, like foot soldiers getting, like the Minutemen, getting absolutely slaughtered by the Werewolf by Night.
Well, I feel like that's fine, right? Like, because the TVA can be in anything, and it would make
anywhere
sense.
at any time. And so, but I do wonder if there will be some slight, like, tease at the end of, like, because Moon Knight premiered as a comic book character in Werewolf by Night, and I think it would make sense to maybe get a little bit of a tease of maybe we'll see some more Moon Knight or some Blade something. There's characters that it would make sense to kind of tie into Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's going to be more Moon Knight?
I hope so.
Oscar Isaac? I hope so, but I got a hard hunch that it's not.
Think so?
That makes me really sad. Yeah, because, I mean, I told you, Moon Knight is trumping Iron Man hard.
Yeah.
And to me, because with Iron Man being my favorite, and then Moon Knight came in the picture, and everything kind of changed with that. But I'd love to see more. But yeah, I do have a feeling that I think it might be done there. But I would like to be proven wrong.
I would really like to see a Midnight Suns with, like, maybe a Werewolf by Night and Blade and Moon Knight and, like, Doctor Strange or Ghost Rider. But
dude, Ghost Rider needs to come back.
Yeah, I need it. It didn't have to be Nick Cage.
It could be Nick Cage.
It doesn't have to be, though.
I want it to be.
Yeah, I don't want it to be. Ironheart got apparently some footage or at least some things we're seeing, whether it be like quick little clips or just some screenshots and stuff. But that's going to be the idea of tech and magic doing battle, basically. So there's a character played by Anthony Ramos called the Hood, who is Parker Robbins is the character's name, and he is
my penis.
The Hood. He is a magic user, and so it's going to be an idea of Riri Williams using her technology, and the Hood using. Now I'm going to just think about your dick every time I say the Hood. Mm-hmm. And you're like, excellent, it's all coming together.
That's the goal.
That's what I'm saying, baby. So yeah, the Hood is using magic, thinks it's right, and their ideals collide. But apparently it didn't. They did see some footage, and that one has Ryan Coogler as a producer on it, and I think he has some writing credits, which kind of makes sense because he is introducing the Black Panther 2. And apparently she doesn't have too much of a comedic tone to it, which, sometimes Marvel can be accused of being a little too jokey at times.
Yeah.
But the couple, like, one-liners or jokes that she does have apparently felt more as, like, her, like almost threatening in a way of, like, oh, damn, she is confident and cold, and I don't know that I'd want to fight,
Yeah.
And then the trailer that we did get was for Secret Invasion, which kind of looked really good. It had heavy Winter Soldier vibes of like the espionage and the anybody. And I liked the idea of them tying in Jim Rhodes to it. Got old Rhodey back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's just the Skrulls have infiltrated Earth, and it seems like it's been for years. And I like that they just straight up Nick Fury has not been on Earth for a long time.
Yeah, I'm
curious to see how long.
I don't want to jump, but is this going to lead into Secret Invasion?
This is Secret Invasion. What are you asking me?
Never mind. I was thinking of something else. Yes. No, he hasn't been on Earth. I'm really fucking pumped.
Yeah.
Like, from everything, there was a specific scene. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know why, but I thought you went a completely different direction.
I said the word Secret Invasion.
I know. And then as soon as I said,
then you're like, is this gonna be Secret Invasion? I'm like, it literally is.
It is.
It actually is. Good job, buddy. Yeah.
Yes, I'm learning. I'm with the program.
Wumble, wumble, wumble.
The fact that he doesn't have his eye patch.
Yeah.
Like
badass.
Well, yeah.
And like a full goatee on him with like the beard on the bottom. Yeah.
Well, which I'm curious about because there is the scene where he has the full beard and then he shaves it.
Yeah.
Back into the goatee. But honestly, I thought the beard was kind of gas. But
I did too. I did like. There's a really good shot in the trailer where I think it was Rhodey was meeting with somebody and was like, it was the main Skrull. Ben Mendelsohn is the actor. Was like kind of trying to strong arm somebody, I think, and then all of the guards in the room turn around and are that guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, yeah, they're all there. They're all among us.
But I'm really fucking cool because he says like Among Us.
Among Us.
I was just telling you that they're coming soon. That they will be having Among Us in VR, and I'm actually pretty stoked for it because I stopped playing it because obviously like it's just a bunch of fucking kids,
shitlins running around.
But in this, I don't know, man. Like you're playing first person view of one of the crew members, and I think it'd be fun in the sense of like having that instant like, you're looking at the guy as he's killing somebody, and you're like, I gotta run, and he's chasing me, and I'm trying to run to go hit that buzzer.
Yes. I don't mean to cut you off, but we do need to power through the rest of this here.
Yeah.
So Armor Wars is going to pick up right where Secret Invasion leaves off, apparently, with Rhodey being the main character of Armor Wars, where he just gets a bunch of new War Machine-style suits of armor, and nice. It's going to kind of adapt the Armor Wars from the where that Stark-style tech falls into the wrong hands, and Rhodey's attempting to fix it, basically, get it back.
That's what happened in Iron Man 2.
Sort of, yeah. Loki Season 2 hits Disney Plus in the summer of 2023. And Ki-Hee Kwan, short round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Fucking Everything Everywhere. Wayman. Fucking killer. He is joining the cast as a librarian almost a time librarian within the TVA. And apparently it's a somewhat comedic role.
I love it.
I do too. And he did a little red carpet review, and he's apparently a major. Loved the hell out of Loki Season 1, and seems just super jazzed to be there. I'm just glad that he's getting he's back. Like, this is it, Mm-hmm. And he'd given up acting, and then he got inspired by Crazy Rich Asians to rejoin the career. So thank God for Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, which was actually a good film.
Yeah, I liked that movie. My wife and I actually really enjoyed that.
I was gonna say, I remember Morgan rewatched it, and I watched it with her, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. There was also the great opportunity that there was a nice photo of Harrison Ford and Ki-Hee Kwan together, and it just warmed my heart to see Dr. Jones and Short Round together. Echo, which streams on Disney Plus, quote, soon. They didn't give a date. Got an exclusive trailer, like a full trailer shown, and apparently it's got a lot of striking Native American imagery, and it features the return of Wilson Fisk looking awesome with an eye patch.
Yes.
Because I told you at the end of Hawkeye, he shoots him.
Yeah. And so I'm curious on moving forward with that, what's going to happen with Daredevil, because I know they left a big cliffhanger in Season 3.
So, on that note, Charlie Cox did give an interview on the red carpet there at D23 that kind of heavily implies the idea that this won't necessarily be a continuation of that show.
No?
No. And I'm wondering if it'll be like a vaguely sort of, this is a variant time, like that was a variant timeline. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so some of the things could or could not have happened in this timeline. And it kind of gives them a little bit of a way out of that.
And that's fine, but that does make me kind of sad because I was really interested in that story. And I
just wonder how much ownership they have over that story versus Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's see. Daredevil Born Again is getting 18 episodes on Disney Plus. It starts shooting next year, so there's obviously no trailer yet. Nothing been filmed. Stop it. Apparently, in lieu of footage, the fans got an exclusive look at Daredevil's appearance in the upcoming episodes of She-Hulk, as well as there was an exclusive trailer shown there first, but then everybody got it on YouTube for like the second half of She-Hulk, which does look kind of dope. Like it seems like she's leaning more into the superhero side of things, whereas the first half of the series has been her trying to still just be a lawyer who also has Hulk powers.
And then Daredevil has that line where he's like,
"Yeah, you could do both."
Yeah, like be there when.
I mean, that's what he does.
Yeah.
When society fails somebody, the law. You use the law to help them, and when the law fails them, the She-Hulk can help them.
Yeah. I'm so fucking pumped.
And then she straight up, she's down bad. She's like, this guy's kind of doing it for me.
Oh my god! If Daredevil and She-Hulk fuck, I'm gonna save that. That'll go in the vault in my mind.
But so overall, what do you think? Was it a disappointment for you, or were you happy with it? I kind of went in with managed expectations, honestly.
I'm like I said when we first started. Phase 4 seemed very scattered everywhere. They were just kind of dropping shit, which wasn't bad. But I know we talked about it before. It felt very like, holy shit! Like now we got to watch this show, right? And now this one here, and it doesn't necessarily like some of them slowly starts to ties in to one another, but it does.
Now I will
give
point
the
out
impression that
this isn't everything.
No, I know, but just from
there's still, several unannounced or announced, unrevealed projects. I guess is what I'm trying to say. We know of projects, we just don't know what they are yet.
Yeah, and like as I was gonna say before I was interrupted, it does feel like it's coming to a single path, and it's gonna just start making more sense, which I'm excited for. So, Phase 5 just seems more organized.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I do think people were bummed out about their own theories not coming true, and I think that's just become a problem with this fandom in general. Is they're all like, "Oh, I bet this is it," and then it's not, and they're like, "Then this is dog shit." And it's like, no,
yeah, and that's I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think my theory doesn't have to come true.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, I would like it not to come true, and I'd like something better.
Then, yeah, exactly. Surprise me with good stuff.
Right.
I don't want to know exactly what it's going to be when it gets here, because then it loses some of the thrill. But yeah, so I am excited of the future of Marvel. Let's see how it goes, right? Do you know what time it is?
Welcome back to Chris's Cryptid Corner. I'm your host, The Douche. So this week I actually pulled one up. It's called I got a little bit of the giggle from the image, and I'll have to send it to you, and we'll either post about it or something so they can see it. It's called the Sea Monk, or sometimes known as the Sea Bishop. So the Sea Monk was given its name to a sea animal found off the eastern coast of the Danish island of New Zealand in 1546. It has also been sighted by 2 fishermen and some nearby swimmers in Paula Croata? In the year... No. I don't know. In the year 2011. And is one of the more popular sightings of the cryptid in the Adriatic Sea. It was described as a fish that looked superficially like a monk. Dude, it fucking kills me. It was mentioned in the picture of the 4th volume of the Conrad Gessner's famous historian Animulium?
Don't be shy about it.
Butchered that. Gessner also referenced a similar monster found in the Firth of Forth. Dude, it's just a lot of big words because it originated in 1530s, dude. Like, cut me some fucking slack.
Get off me!
According to, again, another, Boethius. I'm going to pronounce it as Boethius. And a sighting... Both of these nuts in your mouth? And the sighting off the coast of Poland in 1531. The Sea Monk was subsequently popularized in... Holy shit, dude. Maybe I should pick this one.
Dude.
Like... we gotta put out the link, because, some of these words...
Today, Junior!
basically, the whole thing is it's not like it doesn't kill anybody, right? It's just some abnormally
weird
large
creature.
fish that looks surprisingly like a monk. But they've never been able to find it, so it counts as a cryptid.
Right.
But I just imagine just a fucking line of sea monks just chilling in the trenches.
Yeah, chilling.
And then I think there's only those 2 sightings, but I mean, I think it's crazy that the first sighting was in the 1500s, and then the latest sighting was in 2011.
Yeah, like what a fucking wide range.
Yeah, that first sighting, and I'm not like I've never heard of the sea monk, right? And so it could be a case of someone was like, you know what? Let's stir the pot. Let's bring this back. Let's bring the sea monk back.
Hey, you know what would be fucking bananas if the sea monk was.
But I could also see it being a matter of maybe it's just a uncommon fish.
Yeah, it could be.
But then and then going back to more of the sea monk or the sea bishop. It was a type of sea monster reported in the 16th century. According to its legend, it was taken to the king of Poland, who wished to keep it. It was also shown to a group of Catholic bishops, whom the bishop fish gestured, appealing to be released. They granted its wish at which point dude, it's an important. I'm just stuttering on basic words. At which point it made the sign of the cross and disappeared into the sea. I mean, this fish was just like, yeah, religion, let me go.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. Dude.
Dude, I mean, it hits a point where you just start fumbling so bad that...
Yeah, I was getting embarrassed.
You?
Yeah,
you?
No, yeah. Yeah.
But they have pictures of, they have one picture of what, the skeletal system would look like. Honestly, it looks kind of like a stingray, just the way that it's formed.
Yeah.
Its mouth is on the bottom. And it's a little bit, it looks like it's about the size of 3, in the example here, it looks like it's about the size of 3 Coca-Cola cans.
Is that metric, or?
I don't know, man, just 3 Coca-Cola cans, it's its own unit of measuring. But no, I saw it, I was looking, and I wasn't sure what I was going to pick, and I saw this, and I just couldn't help but giggle, because it reminds me of Darth Vader. Just a sad Darth Vader.
Just sad Darth. Oh, fuck.
Maybe that's where Lucasfilms got its inspiration, is from the fucking sea monk.
Just the monkfish. Yeah, the sea monk, that's right. What you been thinking about, baby?
So I've been plowing through my list.
Yeah,
I've been fucking.
Go you, baby.
Go you. I finished the video game
I'm here
Stray.
for it.
Yeah, that's right, you are. I finished the video game Stray, and that was really good. And it got me choked up at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. Not that I'm embarrassed to cry over a video game, but but it did get me choked up just because a lot of things it left. And again, we talked about that. I know we've talked about this, but it left me wanting more in a very good way.
Yeah.
At the ending, it is still a pretty new game, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it at another date a little later down the line. Because I feel like I could talk a whole lot about it. But there's a scene, the very last scene with the cat and what happens. It was just like I was so happy but super sad. And I wanted more. I wanted to continue that story. But ultimately, the story did come to an end. That was the end of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
there's not more.
Yeah. And so it was very beautiful game, very aesthetically pleasing. I love that cyberpunk city look to it. Especially, in the beginning of the game when you're in the slums compared to when you do make it up to the big city. It's just very cool looking and a lot of fun. And then what else? You
said you've burned through a couple of things on your list other than Stray.
I know, that's why I'm trying to go through the line and think. I watched I'm starting to catch up on Better Call Saul.
Oh, okay.
I watched one episode. and it was where Saul just starts to get it was the one that I've already seen, but it was a good recap one. It was where is after Chuck died, everything like that, and it was just like kind of a recap on that. So it was a nice refresher, but it did definitely give me the motivation to keep watching it because I was like, oh fuck yes, you know. So I'm excited to continue with that, and then honestly, like I did want to dedicate like a day to just play like a game that I wanted to play, which in this case just happened to be Civ 6.
Oh shit, yeah.
And I remember I was laying in bed. It was I came home from work and I just went straight to bed, and then I woke up maybe at like 1 a.m. You know, and so I was like, man, you know, I'm not that tired. I'm just feeling like I want to play a game. So I hobble over to my desk and I sat down and just opened up Civ 6. And let me tell you, I'm fucking killing it right now.
Slaying.
I have the most, what is it, the diplomatic points?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, I have like 2 grand, like 2,000 of them. And my biggest struggle in that game is like having science, like getting that research skill. But I'm the second highest in it. I just discovered nuclear technology. Okay. And my whole purpose is because I'm pretty friendly with everybody except for Rome. Rome doesn't like me, and so I've been going to war with them for a little bit because they keep moving their shit a little too close to me. So my whole plan is I'm just gonna start making bombs, and then I'm just gonna break all my treaties and bomb everybody and win the game.
There you go, dude. Hey, that's not a bad strategy.
Like I really think that's what I'm gonna do because I'm hitting a point where I'm like, I have so many cities now, like it's hard to keep track of all of them, like to make sure that, you know, there's enough houses, food, resources, everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I got Washington, I got Philadelphia, and I've got New Orleans. We're going to be bombing the fuck out of everybody else, and whoever's within here, you're safe. Washington. But really that's all I've been doing. I finally had a couple days off of work, and I've just been taking it easy, really, like just going with the flow, doing whatever, which is definitely called for. I'd like one more day, but I do go back to work tomorrow. But I'm a little more refreshed. I'm ready for it. But what about you? What have you been thinking about, baby? The fuck you been thinking about?
Damn it!
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box? Now, on the same vein as like Civ 6. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, real quick, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with It Takes Two.
Oh shit, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Will and I have been playing it. I just name drop. He's fine. My buddy and I, we've been playing it, and we're at the part. He's fine.
Nobody's gonna find and kill him.
Nah. We're at the part where we're getting the 4 pages from the Book of Love, and we've gotten 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if that is the end, but it sounds like it's coming to an end.
I think you're pretty close. What are you doing?
So we just left the snow globe. And then now we are in the garden.
So I guess you're kind of close. You probably got like 2 more quote unquote levels or sections.
Yeah, I figured we're gonna get all of the pages. As soon as we get them, there's probably gonna be one more thing, and then that ties it up.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're like working on supporting each other's like stuff that they love to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He wants to be a gardener.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
you're good.
I know I said I wanted to finish.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I know it is. That's why I said it.
Dude, Dude, it is.
It's fucking fine. I said it's fine.
It is fine, okay? I am fine. Before you interrupted me, I was talking about the fact that I've been playing a game called Humankind, which is quite similar in style to Civ, other than instead of you getting stuck as, I am the Romans for however long it takes, so I am the Romans dropping bombs on, the Americans, right? It is every era, you get to pick a different civilization to be inspired by, basically. So, like, in the ancient era, I might be the Mississippi River Valley, like, Native Americans. and then in the Iron Age, I am the Egyptians and whatever, right? And so it's kind of neat that whatever bonuses you get, whether it be like a special unit or anything like that, you just keep forever. So I might have the Mongol Horde, even though I also have the Rough Riders, because I played as America in the industrial era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of neat that way. And there's a little bit more diplomacy involved than I think there is in Civ. Civ's diplomacy is kind of not very in depth. Now, granted, this isn't like one of the Crusader Kings or anything like that, where it's strictly politics. But it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I just enjoy that type of game. But I've been having a good time with this one. And then I've also started reading All Quiet on the Western Front, trying to kind of get ready for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it has no, like, it's sad,
Yeah.
Like, there's no way around it. It's like, because like I said, it's semi-autobiographical in that it is fictional people, but it is based on the author's real experiences. Which just kind of adds something to it, that it's like, he's not writing something entirely fictional. He's telling you about some shit that he actually saw. You're like, man, this is, not it's not a hot take to say that World War I was fucking awful, but at the time that the book was written, it honestly kind of was, of like, there weren't a ton of firsthand accounts of how terrible it actually was.
Right.
It was kind of like, also it was in a time, kind of hushly talk about the neighbor who survived the war, and he hasn't been quite right since, and things like that. And so for this guy to just fully tell you the kinds of things he saw and to not glorify them, was a pretty revolutionary idea. And I was kind of nervous. I think I told you this when I was like, man, this guy was a German who survived through the 30s. Was he a Nazi? Do I want to read a Nazi's book? And then, no, he actually fled Germany in the 30s because of the Nazis starting to become a thing. And I was like, all right, cool. I can read this guy's book and not have to worry about my conscience. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's all I got. I've not been super busy this week. I've just been busy at work, so I'm not filling my time with stuff. But
I'm hitting a point where I finished a lot of my traveling for all of it. So now I can kind of sit down and after work dedicate my time to catching up on shows, playing games I've been wanting to play. I'd still really like to play The Quarry. I heard it was okay, but I still really want to play it. And then I'd also, I'm just fucking waiting for the day before. But so I'm getting in ready for preparation of that.
Yeah. So, I think that's the end of the show, kids. Thank you guys. Episode. It was a long episode. Yeah, I was getting kind of stressed. We want to thank you guys so much for your attention and support. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a great review. Tell your friends about us. Share us on social media and all that jazz. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. We always made that joke in a moment.
No, we haven't.
But no, in all reality, if you did enjoy this and you want to hear more of us, subscribe. I think Apple Podcasts is where you subscribe. Spotify, you follow or favorite. Wherever you're listening, do your version of making sure you get updates.
That's right.
That way you can hear some more of us next week.
That's right.
Hopefully Chris has gotten to meet with his tutor, and he won't stutter as much when he reads it to us.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I read at a third grade level. So
I was going to say, when they make you do the reading test, and you're I don't know how to tell you this, but your kid, he doesn't know how to read, actually. And they're like, he's a fucking 8th grader. What do you mean?
We don't know. He can't do it.
He can't read.
I got to do the old Billy Madison thing. 2 weeks in each grade.
Yeah, drag the finger along. Chris, if people want to get in touch with us, back maybe get you in touch with a good tutor, how would they do that?
Well, of course, if you have a good tutor recommendation or a good cryptid recommendation, you can always reach out to us. It's Instagram, YouTube. Well, you can't reach out to us at YouTube, but you can see us at YouTube.
Yeah, you could leave a comment,
That's true. You could leave a comment. Or our Facebook, which is Simply Whelmed Podcast. You can always reach out to us at Twitter, and our Twitter handle is whelmed_simply. And then, as always, we'd love to receive an email from you at simplywhelmedmailbag@gmail.com.
That's right. Next week, we're going to talk about the movie Barbarian. We decided, like, there haven't been a lot of movies coming out, really. And the ones that have come out that maybe piqued our interest, we've just heard, like, not great things about. And we're like, I don't know that I want to go, like, spend the time and money to watch that and then dedicate an episode to a movie that we just don't enjoy. We want this to be something we enjoy. So, but Barbarian looks good, and I've heard good things about it. So we're going to go fucking do it. And hopefully we enjoy it, and we can give you guys a good episode about it.
That's right.
That's the end of the episode, Chris. Tell everybody bye.
Bye. Let's fucking get out of here.
Bye. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
I got shit to do and people to fuck.
Whoa. I've got things to see and people to do.